going to talk about sets of real numbers, and there's 3 different kinds. First one, natural numbers. It's like when you're counting. You start from 1. You don't start from 0, you start from 1 and go up. You know, like when you have money, you don't say, I have 0. You start with 1 and go up from there. Whole numbers include 0. Like, a good example of this is like when you're, getting older, saying 10 years old. Integers, those are going to include numbers both above 0 and below, like negative numbers up to 0 and then positive numbers. Like with a thermometer, you have times when it registers above 0 when it's warmer and below 0 when it's super cold. So those are integers. The negative numbers go to the left of 0 and the positive ones go to the right. So an example of this is like if someone's gambling and they bet a lot of money and they just keep losing and losing, and they've lost $100. So they come back again the next day, remembering, okay, I've lost this much, gambling some more, and you win. Is that positive or negative? Right, it's positive because it's gone up. It's increased. So do you have any questions about the 3 of these? No? We're good? Okay, where on the line are you going to the left on the line? To the left of 0 is going to be what? To the right is always positive, the left is negative. I want to remember that. Left is negative, right is positive. Always. Keep that in mind. Okay, now we're going to talk about coordinates. What does that mean? Don't worry about math. Just, I want to tell me what the word coordinates means. Right, that's a math example. We're going to set that aside. But think in terms of, the real world. Give me an example. Right, like when planes fly in, pilots need to talk to the control tower, be given coordinates to know where to land. What's another example? Planes aren't the only one. Is there another one? Right, you've got these lines here along the side. These ones say A, B, C, and then across the top, and it creates kind of a grid. And where those intersect, those are coordinates on a map. You have the longitude and latitude lines. Okay. Think about football. You have an offensive player who's looking at the plans. So he's telling his other teammates what to do on the field. He's using coordinates. Okay. Now I want you to tell me the coordinates for all of A, B, and C. Where is A on the number line? What's the coordinate? What do you think? 3.5? Negative 3.5? Let's see if you're right. So notice you have negative 4 and negative 2. So right in between those is going to be negative 3, right? So between negative 3 and negative 4 is negative 3.5. Good, thank you. How about B? Where is B? -1, right. And C? 4. So when you do your homework, remember when you write it down, this is what it's going to look like. You just write 4, C equals 4. Ah, good. You caught my mistake. Good catch. It's actually negative. Okay. Any questions on how to use this? So what about these arrows? What do they mean? It means it goes on forever. It continues and continues. But in both directions. So that's what the arrows mean. Okay, do you know what this word represent? What does that mean? It means you're going to show. Show what? Okay, so like this example, 25 degrees above 0, like on a thermometer. How are you going to write that down? Using numbers, how are you going to write that down? -25? Just 25. You don't need to write positive. You just write 25. Of course, if you're doing an equation, yes, obviously you're going to need to use that positive. But if you're just writing the number, you don't have to. You just write the number. Okay, next one. A loss of 5 yards in football. -5. Good. Next one. What if you withdraw 250 from a checking account? -250. You're withdrawing it so the amount goes down. You have less. What if you add? Then it's greater. Yeah, it's going up. If you're making investments and there's a gain of 1.5 points in the stock market, what does that look like? 1.5. Simple. Clear? Everybody good? Now numbers on a number line. Tell me what this is. What place? -1. Here, -2, -3, -4. Good, thank you. How about here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right, you understand already. Okay, now you have 3 and -2. Which one of those is greater? Is 3 larger than -2? Do you know which symbol to use to show that? Okay. I'm going to tell you so you don't have to struggle with this. It's important for you to remember. So if the symbol opens up like this, if it's got its mouth open kind of on this side, then that means this is where the greater number is. This side where it's pointing down and it's close together, that's where the smaller number goes, the less than. Easy. Same thing here. This means on this side you're going to have the smaller number and that side is greater than. So there's greater than and less than. That'll help you remember. So 3 is bigger, so you're going to write this symbol. The smaller point points down to the smaller number. How about this one? -2 is less than 3. Next one. Which way does the symbol go? Decide. Decide. Okay, 0 is greater than negative 4. This one. Negative 5 is less than negative 3. Good. How about negative 2, negative 1? Negative 2 is less than. And here, 5 is greater. And this one? Which way? Which one is greater? Yes, 0. That's it. You understand. Awesome. Now you're ready to do your homework. We're all finished.